Well, look who decided to join. Look who it is. Hi, guys. Here's my dog. Look, it's Benji. Look at Benji. Benji, say hi to YouTube. Here, Benji, look, say hi to YouTube. Mwah. This is my dog, Benji. Wave your little. What? You a good boy? Yeah, we're gonna be talking about basketball. It's a bit different than what you normally see, but I figured we change up the scenery a little bit. So we're gonna talk about football. We're gonna talk about basketball. It's gonna be the first time I actually cover college basketball like this. So yeah. Mwah. He is my buddy boy. No, Benji, no. No. I don't know, buddy. Hey, I love you. Yeah, don't worry. We're gonna get with the show. I just wanted to let you guys see hi to Benji again real quick before we get on with the show. Look at him. He's so cute. Oh, he's so cute. This is YouTube. This is what my job is. This is my job. I know, Coop. You want Cooper? I know. This is my job. Benji, this is my job, okay? It's my job. Go back and watch the preview. You'll see Benji again. He'll probably join me a little bit. And then, of course, Mr. Cooper. He's here as well. Anyways, we're going to be talking about. Oh, see here, Cooper. Here's Cooper Pooper. You can see him. Look, here's Coop. Benji's right here. Just chilling out. And yeah. Who's a good boy, Ben? Alright, let's get to it. So we're gonna be going over college basketball. So it's the first time I've actually done. So back in early February, I think, late January to early February, I started watching college basketball because, like, you know what, college football's over, NFL's over, like, I'm about to be over. Like, I want some entertainment before spring football, and I just started to watch. I just started watching college basketball, and I was like, hey, it's basically just the same teams that I love in football, just now in a different sport, but it's still the same energy. And so I'm like, cool, I'll watch a couple. And now I'm actually addicted to it. So now I'm on the basketball sport train. So you can see Cooper in the background right there, being Coopy. But yeah, so that's interesting to say the least. It's a bit of it, and again, this will be covering a lot of the stuff in the off season. Since we don't, again, I'll try to cover as much as I can in football already, but this will be my new spot for the off season. So I know basketball is already almost to college. We're already almost into March Madness and all that. But I want to go over and talk about some of my thoughts over the couple of games I've seen. For instance, the fact that there's only two undefeated. There's actually one remaining undefeated team in college football basketball, and that is the Miami Redhawks, a perfect 25-0. Everyone else, other undefeated team has suffered a loss. Arizona has suffered a loss. Michigan has suffered a loss. what else? Who else? Houston suffered a loss. And so every one of there's no Miami are the only true undefeated teams left in the sport. So yeah, we're gonna go over. We're gonna talk about mainly the SEC, the Big 12, and the Big 10 because they're the most important at the moment. They are the most important. Well, actually, I'll cover the most important teams today, and then as we get this going along, I'll try to cover more teams. Obviously, I'm rooting for Oklahoma, but they're not doing so good, as you'll see in the video. So let's pull up ESPN because I've got the stuff right here. So, looking at the stats here for ESPN, you have obviously you have every conference sorted by alphabetical order, but we want to go to the Big 12. Let's go to the Big 12, and you'll know two teams that remain at the very top: Houston and Arizona. Oklahoma State's not doing too bad in this compared to basketball, but yeah, Arizona, if they hold off tonight, they went against Tech today. They should be able to hold off the rest of the conference for a while, but they'll still be in a tight race with Houston. But yeah, so you have number 16 Texas going up against Arizona today, Texas Tech. So we're gonna see what happens in this matchup here because whoever wins this matchup has a good shot to make a run in the tournament. So we'll see. Going to the ACC is that it's surprising. North Carolina, despite what they may think, is actually right up there behind the Duke Blue Devils. And so, yeah, Virginia, Clemson, NC. So, Miami not doing too good. But you can see North Carolina having that beautiful comeback win against Duke in a historic rivalry. No. In a historic rivalry game. And let me just tell you, that was the most entertaining game of basketball I've watched in quite some time. And I've watched some basketball games in person and on and on and through and online. But yeah, just over here petting the dog, Benji. But yeah, so Duke Blue Devils, Virginia, they are also here. But mostly right now, from what I can tell, again, I'm not an expert on this. Football is my sport, but I'm not an expert on this. So if I get some stuff wrong, let me know down in the comments below, and I will double check and I will make sure to correct that. But from what I can tell, the Duke Blue Devils look like they get this win here. They'll be 2 wins ahead of Virginia, and if they hold off, they should be able to clinch the number 4 spot. I think Benji wants to go, so let's go. Let's go right out, Benji. Benji, you need to go. You want to go? Yeah. Bye bye, Benji Poo. Anywho, Georgia, Yellow Jack, Georgia Tech, Notre Dame. Notre Dame is surprisingly 2-10. So Notre Dame is a part of the ACC in this conference, and that's shocking. But yeah, Duke, they play today. They play Clemson, and so this could decide who goes into that final stretch with a win streak, from what I can tell. The Big Ten is not doing well. The only surprising is up there. Indiana sacrificed their football team sacrifice their basketball team so they can win a national title in football. Michigan is 13-1. They're basically unstoppable. I've watched some of their games. They are basically what Indiana is in football, what Indiana was in football last year. The SEC is more. This is going to show a little bit, but it's mainly all the teams that suck in football are the ones that flourish in basketball. Florida, Kentucky, Arizona, Tennessee, even Vanderbilt 20-4. But you can see Oklahoma is at the very bottom. And LSU, a lot of these teams that you expect to do well from football and basketball aren't that good. Like A&M, Texas, Georgia, Oklahoma. Oklahoma's a big game against Georgia today. Winner probably that'll decide who moves up in the rankings. LSU's got a big game. A lot of this team is depth, but they're just not that good. Yeah. But as it stands right now, if you want your teams, you want to get bracketology. Here's what you're going to get. So if the playoffs happen today, Arizona would take the number 1 spot. Michigan would also take the number 1 spot. App State, Wisconsin, SMU, St. Mary's, Villanova, NG State, and Morgan State battling it out. They would consist of the West San Jose and Midwest Chicago. So West San Jose, you have your top seed, obviously, and they would be facing App State. Wisconsin would be facing SMU. Arkansas would face Austin. Gonzaga would face Portland State. Capital is California Baptist would face Alabama. South Florida would face Louisville. St. Mary would face Villanova. NG State would face either Morgan State or Michigan. Michigan would face either NG State or Morgan State. In the Tampa area, you have Clemson would take on either Missouri or San Diego State. Then Florida would take on Winthrop. Tennessee would take on Miami, Ohio. Michigan State would take on ETSU, the Roadrunners. The St. Louis Conference, the St. Louis bracket, or St. Louis area, you'd have St. Louis facing against number 10 Georgia, Purdue going up against number 15 Wright. You have NC State going up against UCLA, Iowa State going up against Harvard. And then here's the big one. The Philadelphia Eagle. Philadelphia, you have UConn, another undefeated team, but no longer aren't. UConn will face either Tennessee or BCU. Iowa will be facing Texas A&M if they hold. Duke would face Long Island. Auburn would face Indiana. Virginia would face Liberty. Texas Tech would face Hawaii. St. John's would versus Belmont. Vanderbilt, UNC Wellington. BYU, Texas, or UCS. Nebraska, Nebraska State. North Carolina, Santa Clara, Kansas would face Austin Peay. Indy, Oklahoma City. Utah State would face Miami. Houston would face Merrimack. Kentucky would face UCF in the St. Louis area. And Illinois Navy. Whew! The next 4 out would be Oklahoma, California, Oklahoma State, Virginia Cavaliers, Virginia Central University, Seton Hall, TCU, Virginia. The first 4 out would be TCU, Virginia Tech, Ohio State, New Mexico. Last 4 by Georgia, UCF, UCLA, Miami. Last 4 in Texas, UCA, USC, San Diego, and Missouri. Oh, that was a mouthful. That was a mouthful. So going to this. I'm looking at the schedule today. Games should have been Iowa, Kansas, Northwestern Nebraska, St. John's, the Providence. A&M's Vanderbilt's a good big one. North Carolina and Pittsburgh's a big one. Sorry about that. If you guys heard that, I'm so sorry. There's no ads in this channel. Kentucky, Florida's a big one. Houston and Kansas is a big one. BYU, Colorado, no. Arizona and Texas Tech, this is the game of the week. Georgetown versus UConn. Ohio State versus Virginia. And then Auburn and Arkansas going to the dough. And that'll be it for today. So I guess we can talk a little bit about that. What do I think about basketball? Oh, let me fix my webcam for a second. You know what? I like it, but I don't think it'll be good for content wise. So I don't know what I'll talk about. Maybe I guess I could talk about football related stuff, but I think it won't. I think it'll be kind of good for content, but we'll shall see. Again, as is with every new trend, I gotta just see how it does with the channel. So we shall see how it do with channel. And if it does well, then we'll roll with it. Why is this not focusing? Hello? Focus. Okay, I don't know why it's not focusing. Alright, there we go. One. Anyways, I don't know how long this live stream, this show's gonna be today, but I'll do another one tonight. Hopefully everyone will be there. Yeah, basketball's a thing, and I just don't know if it'll be good for content, so we'll see how it goes. But if it doesn't work out, we'll go back to football. Anyways, that is kind of it for me. Shorter one on the spectrum, but you know, it's my job. So, anyways, happy Valentine. I wanted to also say happy Valentine's to everyone, and hope you have a special someone you're out with today. And as always, loved all. I'll see you guys later tonight when we talk about actual football. So yeah, I just wanted to say this again. The show is just going to be me yapping about basketball, and we'll see how it goes. Can't wait. And I'll see you all later tonight. Bye.